Good morning, West Michigan. Cinco de Mayo is right around the corner, and there are always many ways to celebrate, but something that we might tend to lose is the history and the heritage, and actually there's an event coming up on Friday that will actually be celebrating just that. So I'm joined by Gabriela here, and can you just tell me which organization you represent and what's actually going to be happening on Friday?
Well, thank you so much for having us. Yes, we represent the Mexican Heritage Association of West Michigan. It's an organization that was founded back in 1969, and since 2021 we're starting to making some changes to celebrate not only the Mexican independence, but to celebrate other activities in our city.
Understood. And so can you kind of tell me, this is going to be at Rosa Parks Circle, I believe, starting at noon on Friday. So what exactly is it called, and what is that, how does that sort of tie into when we talk about the heritage, for example?
Yes, this is the first event, so you are really having the what do you say, las primicias.
And what does that mean for people who might not be able to?
Just you are the beginnings of this is going to be the first event ever. So we're celebrating the Cinco de Mayo, the culture, the people think we are celebrating the Mexican Independence Day on that day because it's a big thing in the United States. But we want to make sure that they understand about their culture. And for that event, we will have the Battle of the Mole, that's what we call it this year. And we want to have a contest with different people from different states in Mexico to participate and show the mole. So we have a big event for that. We have music and dances.
For people who don't know, mole is a sauce, and it's very difficult to make. It's very tedious, and I don't think it's made too much over here.
Yeah, it's a very special dish, and for us, that's why we want to treat it as the first event, so people know the importance of our culinary arts in our country.
Understood. I know Gustavo Zamora, is that right? You're a newer member to the board, is that right?
Yes.
You're 28 years old. You've spent, your life in West Michigan for about 14 years. I guess, having sort of a new member here who's sort of, I don't know if I want to say spearheading, but kind of being involved in this, why was it important to kind of make that happen, would you say?
Well, I think that, after spending so much time here in the United States, I think little by little, we get used to the ways of the U.S., and I think it's important to look back where we're from and really celebrate the culture, because I mean, Mexican culture is just so rich, just by the food and
Right?
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. We're trying to say celebrate, right?
Yeah, just festivities is what I'm talking about.
Sure.
All over Mexico, and I think that Cinco de Mayo, as Gabby just said, it's a little misrepresented, and I think this event will clear things up a little.
Absolutely, we do want to clear that up. And so I guess I would say, and either of you can kind of chime in on this, when we do hear Cinco de Mayo, I feel like most people will want to just think about it's an opportunity to drink tequila and margaritas. And I do understand we need to celebrate a little bit, but why is it important to actually know the meaning of what this actually represents? And maybe you can even kind of go into it of like, what is this exactly? What battle are we kind of commemorating?
Yes, this is it started back in the years, and we're going to have someone from the Mexican consulate to talk about on the day of the event. So hopefully everyone will come and learn a little bit more. But it's important for the United States and Mexico because back in the years when the French army was trying to come to the United States, the Mexican army stopped the rich and powerful French army to come into the United States. So it's a big part of history that is not well known, but we definitely know that it's a tie between Mexico and the United States back in the years. So it is important, it's part of our history that we need to learn more about it. But like you said, it's not about drinking. We enjoy and we celebrate that people want to portray our history and our culture, but just to have the correct information that is not our independence, but it's another opportunity to celebrate and to learn about our culture through like crafts, like we're going to have people selling their beautiful craft from Mexico, and we're going to have dances and music. So just to have that misconception of there's not the independence, but it's, yes, it is a very important date for Mexico and for the United States. And we will learn about that with the Mexican consulate. It's going to be some people representing that.
Oh, from the
that
Mexican
day.
consulate,
Yes,
someone will
yes,
be there.
yeah.
That's really cool.
It is.
Well, let's talk about a little bit. I believe it was Nancy, your friend, who brought this here. Will things be available to purchase? I know there's going to be food to some degree, definitely mole. Can you kind of tell me maybe some of this stuff here? I know I'm seeing some stuff that might actually be from Mexico, for example.
Yeah, we want to say thanks to her. She's always one of our biggest support for the Mexican Association and for other events. She represents different states in our country with their crafts. And we have this very special piece that is coming from Puebla. It's a gift for one of our winners for the Mexican Mole contest. But you can have a piece of Mexico in your own home, and you will have the opportunity to purchase at the day of the event. So we're very thankful that we have something that represents us in Michigan, getting some beautiful stuff.
It sounds like you're hitting kind of all the marks when we talk about the food, specifically with something like mole, and we have these physical things. Why would you say it's kind of important to make sure these things are not lost in our culture?
Well, it's a way to pass our history. You know, each piece represents different states, and people sometimes they will believe that it's just one thing, like mariachis or tacos. But we are more than that. We are a very full culture. People with our heritage and our culture is really rich. So,
and creative.
When we show this, we also have the opportunity to share your history.
Absolutely. I think you put it really well, the fact that there's more to us than things like mariachis and tacos. Of course, both very important pillars in their own way, but when you delve deeper and go to opportunities like this, so much more. Is this going to be something that's free for everybody to come through? Is there any tickets? What should people know? Again, I know it starts at noon at Rosa Parks Circle. Does it go all the way until 10?
It goes all the way to 10. It is free for everyone to come in. We're welcome. We're going to be there for the whole family, and from noon to 8, we'll be there.
Okay. Now, I'm curious from what's happening from 8 to 10, but I could read between the lines. For people, are there going to be like food trucks available in this area, vendors in terms of like just different food opportunities for people?
Yes, we're going to have some food trucks. What else? I believe
we're going to have desserts, and of course the people who are going to do the contest for the mole, they're willing to share a little bit of their creation. This is the first time, so we have 10 judges who are going to be there to taste this contest. It's not open for everyone, but the lucky ones who are going to be there by 4 p.m. They may have a taste of that delicious mole because they're representing different states in our country, in Mexico. So
Absolutely.
yes, it's a free event. It's a family event. Just to correct some, it's from noon till 8. And we finish at 8, and we are so happy to be at the Rosa Parks. This is the very first time that we are on that side where we celebrate at Color Plaza. So everyone is very welcome. And we hope that we can all learn together about what is this so important for Mexico and the United States, the celebration of the Cinco de Mayo.
Well spoken, well said. I want to be able to make sure I get the name of your organization right and how long you've been, I believe, president. Is that right?
Well, I started a volunteer back in 1996, but I became officially a president in 2021. Volunteering our time, like Gustavo, is very important for us to have the support for many, and I'm so extremely grateful for all volunteers, because they dedicate their time. Like Nancy, she was part of the organization for many years, and those pillars of our organization are what is keeping us alive for, it's going to be 54 years in the city of Grand Rapids.
No kidding.
Yeah.
It's great to see that, because I know sometimes we feel like the Hispanic community maybe is not, it's a little bit smaller. It feels like, but there are pockets where the culture does thrive. And the fact that you told me about your story, being here for so long, I think that's incredible. One last thing, the fact that, you know, this is the first time it's happening in a place like Rosa Parks Circle. I'm sure you had to go through some efforts to work with the city to make it happen. It seems like, knowing that we're at this final point that it's happening, it sounds like it's just, you're excited that the culture is going to actually be shared.
Yes, it is different because we are so used to do another bigger event every September, but we are very excited and we have the support from different organizations like the City of Grand Rapids and Downtown Grand Rapids and the Children's Museum. So we are ready to start a new tradition in the City of Grand Rapids with the celebration of the Cinco de Mayo, and to just an invitation to everyone to join us and to celebrate with us. We definitely want to share more than tacos and tamales. We're going to have delicious food there that day, but just to learn a little bit more of our culture.
Thank you for mentioning tamales as well. Well, I want to appreciate the time from both of you. We have Gabriela and Gustavo again. This, once again, starts on Friday. It is going to go from noon until 8, and from there, if you have any questions, I believe we'll just link their information on our website. But again, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.